told me
Yeah.
that you were like having connections and shit. So wait. That you were
Yeah.
like known in the MLBB community, and then I wrote you this shit.
No way.
Check it.
Did I see it? No. What is gesendet?
Uh,
Gesendet? What's that?
sent.
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 I'm sorry, man.
It's fine. You can read it out now.
Okay.
You had the whole thing?
Wait. Let me clap. Yeah. So that's for syncing everything. I'm recording everything now. And I think this is a nice intro. You sent me a message. I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine.
What date was that?
The 21st of July. It was
21st of July.
after the last tournament I played in Europe. Actually.
Wow. Hey everyone, I am with Kid Bomba, one of my absolute most favorite. Can I say that? No, literally, you are my most favorite personality in esports. Like
Thank you.
MLBB. Like, man, you're so good. All right. You're just 18 years old. You told me you messaged me something. So
Yeah.
this is crazy, guys. And I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry that I wasn't able to read it.
It's fine.
So
I
okay,
think you
can
were in China at the time, so.
yeah, so if it was in July, I was in China.
I mean, I can read it out if you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable. Yeah, what's up? Well, what happened?
So I wrote, "Hello, Wolf. I've seen the new video of Zekel talking about new regions, and I wanted to tell you that the European region actually hasn't gotten anything esports related yet. The people living in any country outside of CIS and Turkey play with a high ping on these servers.
Yeah.
So, and then I said I'm the leader of the best team in the European region right now, and we're
Man.
currently defending our title in the MEC tournament. Our team actually scrimmed versus. I mean, I can leak this right now. Team Hack was for Fidgetal.
Mhm.
They were in Kazan in Russia,
Yeah.
and we scrimmed them. And our team scrimmed versus Team Hack. First time we were able to fight an MPL team, and we won 4-0 on 60 MS. And they played with 20 to 30 MS. If you want, I can show you the results so that you don't believe that I'm
No,
like.
no, no. I
trying to
believe
scare
you, dude. Oh,
No, that's
you
what I said
mentioned.
in the
That's what you
message.
said.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel so bad. And I'm happy, you know. I guess, you know, many things could have happened if I replied, but I didn't.
I think nothing would have happened. Man,
Nothing.
this region is dead.
Yeah.
Can I swear?
Yeah, you can swear. You can swear all you
It's
want. You
dead
can
as
say
fuck,
anything.
man.
Yeah, just don't be racist in this podcast, and then you're gonna be fine. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Man, so I'm very happy to have you here, and I wanted to learn from your background. Maybe this is the time where we can actually talk about your region, right? Since I don't know if you're how much is your passion about like Mobile Legends in your region and stuff. So maybe we can start with like what got you into Mobile Legends first? Yeah.
I mean, first off, I was like 12 years old, right? And I was having sleepovers with a friend, and we were quite bored. And he
Yeah.
discovered this game called Mobile Legends, and I was like, man, what is that? And I started out playing like in in Masters. I remember playing Freya in rank when she was like newly released, and I really liked the hero, and I wanted to get it, but you had to recharge for it, right?
Yeah.
If you want to get Freya, you have to recharge first. And then
Yeah.
I was like begging my mom, Mom, can I please get like 15 euros? I don't know
Yeah.
how many pesos, or that's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, $16 now.
That's quite expensive. Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was asking her, man, can I please, Mom, can I have please, just one time. And then I remember I kept asking, and one time I've spent already like 30 euros on the game, and I lost my account, and I just got Grandmaster.
Oh my god.
Yeah, when I was like
That's
12 years old.
frustrating.
And then I made a new account, and I
Yeah.
really wanted to get Grandmaster again, and I just kept spamming rank,
Yeah.
and then I finally got it.
Yeah.
And I remember that I just got into a new school, and I had to take exams for it.
Yeah.
And my mom told me she would buy me a new phone
yeah.
if I would pass the exams to get into the
Alright.
school.
Yeah.
And then she bought me the new phone, and
Yeah.
I instantly started playing MLBB and just spamming rank with my new account.
Nice.
And I remember making it to Epic in like a summer and using in-game voice chat for the first time, and I was talking to like some people. Then I
Yeah.
got to Legend. I started using Discord to communicate with everybody. Made some
Wow.
friends. Then after like 2 years of playing, I met some global leaderboard player, German guy
Yeah.
called Chris. He might be watching this. Might.
Yeah.
I don't know. He switched to Fortnite some time ago when
Yeah.
it was popular.
Yeah. Let's link it to him. By the way, are you feeling hot?
No, it's
No,
fine.
you're fine with temperature. All right.
Yeah. Maybe later we can like turn it down.
All right. Let me just clarify this. So you are from what I read, actually, you're from Germany, and then but Deus Volt is EECA.
Yeah.
I see. Is that actually part of the region? Is Germany part of ECA actually?
No. And
No,
the crazy
right.
thing is, it's called EECA, right? Eastern
Yeah.
Europe, Central Asia.
Yeah.
Mostly it's because the countries that are participating in that qualifier are from this specific region.
Yeah.
There might also be political reasons that I am not qualified to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. We don't need to. We don't
Yeah,
need to.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not.
we don't need to.
It's not important
So-
for this podcast. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question for you. I already asked this in another interview. Give me 5 countries when you think of Europe.
5 countries, and I think of Europe. Russia. Is it?
Mhm. Yeah, that's,
That's
go on.
Europe. Poland.
Yeah. Go on,
Uh,
5 countries.
Amsterdam. Is that a country?
No. It's
not
the
a-
Netherlands.
Austria.
Netherlands.
Austria.
Austria, yeah.
Germany.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
4 countries you said. Austria, Netherlands, Germany.
hmm
What else did you say?
No, I said Russia.
Poland and Russia.
Yeah.
Poland theoretically could participate in the EECA,
Mm-hmm.
but they would play with 60 ms, and it would be quite
Yeah.
good delay,
Yeah.
big delay. So they
Yeah.
are theoretically able to participate, but the other 3 countries you named, they're just not allowed to participate. So I'm an import. Believe it or not, I'm an import in the
Wow.
in the league that's
Yeah.
which everybody says is Europe. As a European, I'm an import. Can you believe that?
Yeah, unbelievable.
And Carvey too. Carvey comes from the same region as I am. I've been in the squad with Carvey for 1.5 years actually.
Wow. Carvey's, I believe, a Filipino, right?
Half.
Half Filipino. Norway, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken.
Yeah. Also not included.
Also not including. That's crazy. Wait. So before we head into that, I wanted to ask, like, you were playing Grandmaster when you were 12 years old. This was what, 5 years ago?
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Like 5-6 years ago.
Now, this was in Germany. So there were people who actually play a lot of Mobile Legends in Germany.
When you go to the street and you just find people and you ask them, hey, do you play Mobile Legends? I feel like 1 out of 1,000 would play Mobile Legends. But when you're actually in the close
Yeah.
European community, because you have to think if you
Yeah.
like compare Russia or America
Mm-hmm.
to like Europe, America is like the whole size of Europe, right? So and there's many different parts of Europe. And if you include
Yeah.
whole Europe, if you would ask 1 out of 1,000 people, hey, do you know Mobile Legends in Europe? I feel like a lot would say yes. But in the individual countries, I feel like
Yeah.
it wouldn't be like that. And maybe that's the reason why it doesn't have anything esports related yet.
Okay, I gotcha. I understand. So you're playing in Germany. So you will just, while at school, you're just casually playing, and then you have obviously reached like mythical honors for sure, or
Yeah,
stars back then.
Yeah, as I
Yeah.
said, with the pro player, with the global player that I met, he
Yeah.
was in pretty good squads.
Yeah,
And back then you could spam trio queue, right? And you would be pretty good.
yeah.
And Europe server is actually so known for like the good teams that have been there. You might have heard of Diem or Raya.
Raya, yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah,
So
and
very
maybe
familiar.
also Tig.
This was from the MECC.
No.
was-
It's these teams are like back from season 5, season 6. Like
Oh,
they're way back,
way back.
way back. Yeah, like 4 or 5 years ago for sure.
Yeah, like No, it's not Nightmare. It's still Deus Volt back in
Yeah,
season
yeah,
5 and
yeah,
6.
yeah.
But there was another one apart from.
But Dios Volt was after all these teams that I just mentioned.
Yeah, I see. So there was a scene. That's amazing. Do you even have like content creators for Mobile Legends in Europe or in Germany?
In Germany, I think no, but I mean, I tried creating content, but like
Yeah.
I really wanted something, and I just understood if there's no content creators, you're
Yeah.
probably not getting something. But there's
Wow.
some, for example, there's Jemik.
Jemik, yeah.
Jemik is actually from where I come from as well, but
stayed in NA, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dark Legend has like a lot of subscribers, and he's from Europe as well. But other
Yeah.
than that, a lot of the content creators have just left. You might know Unexpected,
Yeah. Unexpected, no.
the Chu player.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
With
from
the
Germany.
Avatar. It's just.
I was in the team with him actually, believe it or not.
Wow. When you were how old were you back then?
When I was in the team with him, I think 14, 15.
That's crazy. But it was done online. Everything was done online.
Everything
Alright.
was online.
Okay. And out of curiosity, what was the ping that you were playing in Germany back then?
The what?
The ping. What's your MS?
The ping. Good ping, like 20 ms.
No, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But when I crossed server to when I played the league, I played on 60 ms in the ECA qualifiers.
Oh, man, so it's
In
crazy.
the regular season, I just played with 60 ms. I was playing Terizla and Eat It every single game, man.
yeah, because that's probably one of the heroes that
yeah.
you can play with that
Yeah, I
thing.
tried playing Paquito on 6 ms, but it was pretty hot,
Yeah, that's
pretty tough.
yeah, it's really tough. I mean, like in competition, in professional matches, every single millisecond counts
Yeah,
so
for sure,
much.
for sure. That's why I'm so happy to
Yeah,
play with good ping in like Asia.
yeah. Was this your first time like getting out of the country?
Getting out of the country to play Mobile Legends? No, because
Wow.
our playoffs were in Kazakhstan, but that's the only reason.
Where,
Yeah, it's actually, if you consider like the whole journey,
Yeah.
it's my first time.
Great. Okay, let's slowly get into there. Okay. I wonder, right? How did you get so good? How did you get good, dude? Like, honestly, the way that you play is let's just say that there will be limitations whatsoever. There will be mistakes whatsoever, but you play good. What the hell? Where did that come from?
I was part of a lot of teams back then. Like back then, if you wanted to be part of a good team in Europe, everybody was playing rank. It was all rank.
Yep.
It was all RG. So when you wanted to be part of a good team back then, you had to really, really try, and you had to beat these teams in RG.
Yeah.
And you had to find the people and talk to like people that to get you into the teams, right? You had
Yeah.
to really work your way up. And if you weren't good, people just wouldn't want to play with you.
Yeah.
They would just say, no, I don't want to play with you because it's ranked, right? It's
Yeah.
not a tournament. It's not something where you have to build a really good team. It's just where you find good players that understand what they want to do. And then you go rank and you win.
Yeah.
And back then, Europe was a lot about pushing border, right? Still, I mean, it's not as popular as it is as it was back then.
Yeah.
But Europe has gotten so many borders, like top 1, top 2, top 3 border,
Yeah.
and reselling these borders as well. Yeah, for
Of
money,
course, that's
for
part of
actual
it.
money,
Yeah.
for actual money. Like for $1,000, they would sell these borders.
$1,000?
Yeah, and back then, when you would beat the border team, like you were also top 1 global with heroes, and you could still look up like some European players, for example, Tig Boss.
Yeah.
If you look this guy up, there's gonna be Selena games, Johnson games, Grog games popping up of him playing just rank games, because that was the only thing there was back then.
Yeah.
And when you and finally it was my turn to push for the border.
Yeah.
Right, I finally found a good team.
And
I had the motivation to play.
Yeah.
It was COVID,
Yeah.
and I was already in a team back then,
Yeah.
right? And then we decided as a team, okay, we're gonna push for border.
Yeah.
And it's you. And if you want to push for border, it's 9 people playing because you gotta play 24/7. Other people want to get that as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody wants to try to get it, and I
Yeah.
just kept playing and playing and playing.
How many hours?
Maybe 12 hours a day
Oh, that's
for like
intense.
90 days, playing 10, 12 hours a day the whole time, spamming rank game versus
Yeah.
good players in rank. You know,
Yeah.
the server was pretty good in rank game.
Yeah. Because if you have high MMR, you play with
Elo, yeah, MMR.
Elo, yeah.
MMR.
God, it's crazy. You will be counted as one of the OGs in the Philippines. I mean, for sure there will be, like you said, 12 hours, but I'm sure that there will be 16-hour days. You know,
There might have been.
There might have been, right? And then 12, and then are you doing uni or something?
No,
like that?
I'm just going to school. This is my last year actually.
Oh.
And in Germany, you can do something called an Ausbildung,
Mm-hmm.
and probably I'm gonna do that. It's like trying to work in a specific work field where you can like study the job and
Yeah.
actually work the job,
Yep.
and then you're gonna get a degree that you're qualified to work this job.
Oh.
For example, you can do like building houses,
Mm-hmm.
and you would actually get good pay for it.
Wow. I heard that Germany is a nice place to
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a pretty nice place.
pretty
It's pretty safe there. Yeah.
like when it comes to like overall growth as a person, you would have your career. I mean, as long as you're doing, as long as you're attending your classes as well as you're working, you're gonna have you can survive practically, and then I read from somewhere that Germany is a good place to kind of I don't know, just live in general.
Yeah, it's nice there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's quiet. You can go for walks. There's like
Yeah.
a lot of green areas. It's not as it's everything is pretty close. Public transport is
Yeah.
very accessible. A lot of people use like bikes to get around as well.
Yeah. I'm watching this series called Dark.
I don't know.
You don't know Dark?
I don't know Dark.
But you know its existence.
No, I don't. I
No
don't know
way.
anything about it. Yeah. Maybe I'm gonna watch it after this podcast.
No, the Netflix
on my flight
one.
back.
The Netflix, it's like a time traveling kind of.
It might not be in German Netflix, man. It might not be there
Oh,
because it's always exclusive, right, to the countries.
Yeah, you're right. You're probably right. That's weird though. Anyways, so you're in Germany. You grew up there, and then you probably have the squad at the borders, which is great because that is how actually most of the players in the Philippines became pro, just because of showing off their borders or their what's you call it, the top,
The stars,
the
points?
stars. Not even that, like the
Global
rating,
ranking, right?
Yeah,
Like
the
when
global
you're
ranking.
top one
there you
global.
go. Like, yeah,
Yeah, back then it was full of European players, man. It was like top one. There was some Pinoys, right? There was like some
Yeah.
Pinoy Claude. I remember in the season where I got top one, there was a YSS. It was
Yeah.
some Indonesian YSS. He
Okay.
might be known. When YSS was like reworked and completely broken,
Mhm.
when his ult used to slow you.
Yeah, yeah.
And he could just solo carry games,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That YSS. And there was, and we had a YSS in Europe who was just like spamming YSS the whole time, and he was really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then when it got nerfed, he became trash.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he wasn't a good player anymore. But like this, why people were spamming them heroes, man. They
Yeah.
were really high in the
I know.
leaderboard, and it never got noticed. If you check the global leaderboard back in the seasons, you would always see
Yeah.
a European team in the top three.
Wow,
Always
that's crazy.
a European team in the top three. A lot of CIS teams also got top one. Savo got top one 2 times.
Sao.
Savo got top one border 2 times, man.
I mean, like, this is all crazy to me to think. I mean, like, maybe because I'm just focusing so much on my region, the Philippines and Southeast
Right,
Asia, and we're focusing on Indonesia, that we never really put our lenses onto
Yeah.
Europe. And I think this is such a big awakening. And for Moonton, I hope that there's a lot more investments in Europe.
I
Yeah.
hope so too. Yeah.
How's the player base though?
Currently, or
No,
maybe when
currently.
I was there, because
Currently.
I'm currently right now I don't actually know a lot.
Okay.
I can tell you about it when I was spamming rank there for a year. Because right now I've been for a month in Philippines, and
Yeah,
I really don't know what tournament have been going on there. And I also since August I've really been only focusing on my own
But
shit.
yeah, for sure. But like let's just say you want to queue up a game, it will not last like 30 minutes. It's like
No, for sure not.
For
You're
sure.
finding a game every 2-3 minutes, every 1 minute,
Yeah.
1 to 3 minutes every time you find a game.
yeah,
Only when it's like late at night and you really high elo, you don't find games.
yeah, for sure. So that means that there is enough people playing that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's enough people playing.
Great. That's great to hear, and I think that this is a call to action. Maybe hopefully Moonton hears about
Maybe.
this. Hopefully, I'm gonna send them the link. And
I actually really want Moonton to hear about this because I actually care about the teammates that I have. My old
Yeah.
teammates that I have back in Europe.
Mhm.
Their names are Boro, Enzo, Sombra, and
Mhm.
Zeno. I really, really care about them, Like, I really want them to get this chance to also play in international because I'm sure they could do as well as I do.
yeah,
I'm sure they're really, really good.
yeah.
They're really, really good.
It's just crazy for me to think that you play so well. What the hell? I don't understand how.
Like I said, man, when I was pushing for top one border and I actually got it, I have a screenshot of it. I'm gonna show you that
Yeah.
screenshot how I got them.
All right.
How I got the border.
Send me-
It's actually in my account,
Yeah,
The team was light.
All right, send me the.
I'm gonna log in now, man.
All right, yeah. All right. Send me the picture. Send me the screenshot in our
I
chat.
don't have the screenshot anymore. It's on my old phone. I only have it in my MLBB album.
Album. All right. No,
yeah,
all right,
that's
all right.
it. I'm gonna show
Okay.
you now.
Okay.
Right now.
Yeah, get a screenshot of that and then send it to my Instagram so that the viewers can see it too.
All right.
I'm gonna put it in post.
1 second.
I am amazed.
But it's like a cropped screenshot because ML cropped it,
Hmm.
Wait. Where is it? There it is. There you go.
Oh yeah, you did
With light.
Yeah, man, that's so cool. I never got a border just because I mean, I'm not good enough.
I'm
yeah.
just gonna send you it after.
Yeah, send it,
won't
so
forget.
that the
I
viewers
promise.
will see it. Yeah, dude, come on. We believe you, and we love seeing you, and we love hearing your stories, man. And it's crazy. Now, you mentioned that you attended the tournaments online, and then when did this getting imported thing happen?
It was
Yeah.
back in August. We
August.
had a manager, and she was a manager of 2 teams, of my team and the team that would participate in MCC. That's what our league
MCC.
is called, MCC,
Yeah.
season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Carvey actually and the Romer Borough were gonna play for a team called Sviach,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to just do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I still kind of wanted to do something, but also kind of not. I was always like waiting for the chance. I was like saying, now I don't want to leave my team. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna try to get attention with streaming. I'm really gonna just do my own thing in the region and just try to expand here. But I just came to the point to realize that if I don't take action myself and play on an international level or do something, I just will never get something there. And with what I've got now, I'm pretty satisfied with my team. I don't think I would swap. But back then, I just talked to Savo, right?
Yeah.
I was friends with him. I knew him. How?
Yeah.
From the RG back then, right?
Yeah.
From the whole border thing. He knew me, I knew him.
Yeah.
And I was talking to him because I was like also scrimming his team. Like
Alright.
we played 2 scrims in Europe and 2 games in Europe and 2 games in Russia in the Moscow server. And like one game they would have ping, 2 games they would have ping, and 2 games we would have ping, right?
You're telling me that this is the 4-game scrim, right?
Yeah, the
Typically it's
4-game scrim with the 1 set.
Oh, that's crazy because
We didn't have tournament lobby, right? Only
Yeah.
they had tournament lobby. We could only scrim teams that had tournament lobby. Back then, when I
my
first wanted to scrim, I remember it. It was 2021, no, 2022, January. That's when 2021, December. The last month. Maybe 20th September. I remember it because there was a tournament. And I was in Wild Rift, and I saw in Wild Rift they always play scrims.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to swap. There was nothing, right?
Yeah.
And that was the first time where I find out something about scrims, and I was like, damn, you don't only have to play rank. You can
Yeah.
actually just make a custom lobby and play.
Yeah.
And I immediately found a team
Yeah.
and like tried to make up a system
Yeah.
to make like drafts, and then we scrimmed somebody in custom lobby, you know, just writing the bans in the chat. And then the last ban, we would just play with 4 bans because you couldn't play with 5 bans, right?
Yeah.
And the tournament, you would actually play with 5, but
Yeah.
in scrims, I would just play with 4 bans.
4 or
And
3.
I did that
Yeah.
5, 6 times
Yeah.
maybe until I just got bored of it because it was so bad to write everything in the chat.
Yeah.
You were just writing and you wouldn't even see the heroes, right?
Yeah. So that's more difficult.
Yeah,
And keeping
there
time,
weren't
you know?
any scrims. And finally, we could scrim Devu,
Yeah.
and they had the tournament lobby.
Ooh.
And when I actually started scrimming, it was because I don't know if I'm just gonna say the name, a girl called Bini Bini. I'm really thankful to her, you know.
Okay. Bini Bini.
Yeah,
Alright.
Bini Bini.
Love
She
it.
might watch this.
Yeah. Bini
Uh,
Bini in the Philippines means lady, perhaps? Or yeah.
Yeah, something
lady.
like that. I know. Yeah. And she got me contact to coaches because she wanted to
Right.
sponsor a team in Europe.
Yeah.
She heard somewhere that something would come to Europe. And do you know the coach of SMG?
Right now,
Coach Pao.
Coach Pao, yeah.
I was working with him for a month.
Whew. For
For like 3-4 weeks, but not a lot. Only for a scrim.
work. Oh, for scrims.
Yeah. He was drafting for us and explaining stuff to us.
Great,
And that
great.
was like the first time where we saw, damn, we had a coach and our gameplay went from 10% immediately to 50%. We upgraded so much with a coach.
This is
you
so
know?
good. This is so
And
good
then-
to hear.
Yeah. And then we didn't have a coach anymore because some fucked up shit happened. If I tell you that story, it's gonna take so long, you know.
All right.
It's not even gonna fit in this podcast. It was like some Russian guy, some Russian streamer wanted to make like a talented roster and go to the Philippines and do some shit.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get me, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So just such a long story. And we left her. And she was like feeling kind of betrayed, which I understand if you just leave like
Yeah.
the person that trusted you and shit. Like, I really understand it. And then
Yeah.
we did something with her again. And she was the manager that just wanted to get the 2 people for MCC, but I just figured that the roster wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
I was telling Carvey, and I was also telling Boro, man, they're not good enough to go to M5, and even if they're in M5, they're not good enough to do something. This roster is just not good enough.
Okay.
I was telling them, and they were like, we're still gonna try, we wanna do it, you know? Because the roamer that I was on the team is really passionate about esports, right?
Yeah.
He really, really wants to do something with it, and that's also why I want to bring something there.
Okay.
I really don't do it for the community. I just do it for my 3 friends there,
Yeah.
4 friends there. I really do it for them because I really, really want them to get something.
Yeah.
From the bottom of my heart, I want them to experience what I'm experiencing right now.
Yeah.
All of this. And,
You're
and
amazing,
then
man.
And then second chance we had to work with a coach was in August, I think, right? In August.
Okay.
July, actually, when I texted you.
Okay, that was
20
July.
days back.
Okay.
We worked with Coach Paulo Expert
Okay.
for a little time.
Yeah.
And he also coached us, and he would like review the scrims, and we were playing versus Devo in tournament lobby, and they were hosting tournament lobby for us, you know. Finally, we got the chance to play in tournament lobby, and we just kept improving. And when we beat Team Hack, it was actually with Coach Paulo. I mean, all this was done behind the scenes, right? Because
Yeah.
they had contracts
For
and
sure.
stuff. I think now the contracts have ended. That's the only
Yeah.
reason I'm talking about it. If they still had the contracts, I wouldn't say it right now. But I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure, like 90%, If it hasn't ended, all I've said is not true.
This is just a work of fiction. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a sec. I will just fix your camera, man, because people love to see you.
All right.
Yeah, I got very excited talking to you. This is crazy. Everything that I'm hearing now is crazy, and I'm just thankful that you use this channel to to air out all of your
Yeah.
your stories. So
I'm
now,
really grateful too.
oh man, this is crazy because all you needed was a coach to kind of tell you some of the patterns or habits that you were
Yeah.
doing incorrectly, but then once you understand that this is wrong, now you're actually good at it. And I would say, like, Davu, you really have a very high potential, you know. Particularly for you, you're still very young. My question is, first of all, you speak English so well. Is this something that's common in Germany?
I feel like a lot of people that just grow up watching like English videos and stuff just get to speak English better than other people who don't, and that's just the same case with me.
Okay.
Growing up, I was just watching a lot of English stuff and I wanted to
Okay.
understand it, so it just like spawned in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even
Alright.
remember how I learned English. It just spawned in my head.
Yeah, you're very fluent, and I love it. And the next question is, how did you get so matured about? The way that I'm hearing stuff from you, you sound like a very mature guy because you're talking about your passion. You're talking about like identifying that you needed scrims, that you needed coaches, that you needed to grind the borders, and that how it helped you. And the fact that you're telling me that you're feeling that this team cannot make it to M5, that is a mature man's decision to kind of leave a team, you know, something, or not accept an offer. That takes a lot of maturity, actually. So yeah, how did you get so matured, I guess?
Just by playing the game, right? I was the leader of my team, you know. I was the leader for 1.5 years of the team that I built up, and for me it was always a hard decision. I've been in a lot of teams, right? And it was always a hard decision for them to replace members, right?
Yes,
To just
yes.
kick them off,
Especially
not
when they're
good enough.
friends, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. But for me, I never had this problem. It
Mm.
might seem cold-hearted, right? But I just wanted to win.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because I didn't actually know the people and it was all online that I was able to just do it like that.
Okay.
But I never had a problem with just replacing people
Yeah.
to get to the top.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, right? It sounds so toxic.
No, it does. It,
it
doesn't.
sounds so-
No, it doesn't.
For me, it sounds so crazy and toxic that you just
Yeah.
kick people off, right? But to get the best team, I always, and I instantly understood, like that was some of the things I understood. Back then, teams in Europe would be like 9 members, right? To grind
Yeah.
the border. And then I saw there were some tournaments, and after I got the border first time, I
Yeah.
didn't want to do anything anymore. We kept playing for tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
And we always had a team out of maximum 6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
And why? Because in the tournament regulations, you can't let more people play anyway. You can't let
Yeah.
9 people play.
Yeah.
It's just impossible. Even when
Yeah.
you have subs, they probably can't play.
Yeah.
And that's why I always had a roster with 5 to 6 people,
Yeah.
with 5 to 7 people. Never more.
Yeah.
Never more. And
Yeah.
that was really when I understood, if you want to do something, you have to push you have to push the people that you're playing with,
Yeah. For
and
sure.
also make them understand specific things, right?
Yeah.
And when somebody wasn't playing great, I was just saying, okay, no, this is not good enough.
Mm.
And then I got another guy that was playing good. And
Yeah.
it was a lot of times like this where I just changed the roster up. And finally, I got the roster with the most talented players in Europe, with the
Right.
best players that I also was friends. I became friends with them, right? And I never changed my roster again.
Mhm.
Never again. I finally found the right persons.
Yeah.
And I never changed it again. And I kept working with them and working with them. And I never changed it again.
Yeah.
And now in Europe, people have had chances to work with with coaches as well. I know that. But no team was as good as my team when we had worked with coaches. And I feel like that's just because the people that I was in the team with were actually very passionate about the game.
So you felt that they are passionate in the game.
Yeah, yeah. And just this feeling and understanding that the people that I play with have good mechanics. If you see a Ling and he's fast hand and
Yeah.
you see the same thing in MPL, it doesn't mean that your Ling is worse than his Ling. I was seeing people play in XP back then and I was thinking, I can do that as well. That's
Yeah.
not something special. I can do that, and I do it.
Yeah.
Not only I can do it, not only I can do it, I'm doing it. I
You're
was
already
thinking I'm doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at that time, I didn't really understand stage factor, coaches,
for sure.
drafts. I
Yeah.
didn't really understand everything perfectly like I do now
Yeah.
that I've come to M5. But I saw I can do it,
Yeah.
and my team could do it.
You know, you can I just say you're one of the rare breeds? First of all, I'm gonna name two things here. First of all, you said that you are willing to, you don't care much about, like, letting go of people because they're not good enough for a team or whatsoever, that you're a leader already at the age of what, 16, 17. That's unprecedented. But at the same time, this kind of trait is actually known for the champions of the world. Like, are you familiar with NBA? Not much.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're Michael Jordan, you're Kobe Bryant. You probably know them. Those people, they're very objective about their approach. If they know that somebody's underperforming, they're just gonna say it out loud, right? They don't necessarily fear the hatred or like people backstabbing them whatsoever just because of your attitude. Because do you think that you've gained some, I don't know, naysayers after doing whatever you're doing?
Back in Europe,
Man,
I was such a toxic guy, man.
Yeah.
Even like when I wanted to, there was the one guy in my team, Zeno.
Mm-hmm.
I used to trash talk him a lot, a lot,
Yeah.
a lot. But after trash talking him, he was the type. He's not. Probably he took it to some words. He took to heart, probably.
Yeah.
Because everybody does. You can't just
For sure.
let it come to you and never like feel it when somebody is saying something to you.
Yeah.
But after trash talking him for so long, he's such a good player now, and he's from Mongolia, right?
Okay.
And he's probably gonna go back to Mongolia.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, when he goes back to Mongolia, don't forget the name Zeno, man.
Zeno.
He's gonna be qualifying.
Right.
He's gonna be qualifying for M5, man. Don't
Watch
forget
out
this
for
name.
that. M6.
M6. Watch out for M6, maybe MSC.
Yeah.
If Mongolia gets a slot.
Yeah.
If he is in Mongolia at that time, for sure he's gonna make a super good team and qualify to M Series. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm so sure, because
Yeah.
he's such a good player now, such a mature jungler. He was way more disciplined, and a lot of plays he just wouldn't do, and he was very undisciplined. He was like a typical undisciplined jungler, and you just had to discipline him, right?
Yeah.
I just had to tell him, man, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? I'm losing games because of you, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Are you fucking retarded or something?
Yeah.
I was telling him like this, straight up.
Yeah.
And there was one time I remember where it probably really got stuck in his head.
Yeah.
I was playing a ranked game and it was 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I told him in the voice chat, don't use your first skill as link to go top. Enemy just gonna burst lot when they see you top and you use your first skill.
Yeah.
Because you can hover the map, right? You can instantly see it. And what did he do? He used the first skill. We lost a lot. We lost the game. And I was trash talking him about it for a week. And I was saying, like, even when we were chilling the voice, yeah, man, if you wouldn't have lose that first skill, maybe I would have won that game. I still didn't forget it, And it really sticks to him, and he really, really improves, I remember trash talking him in also for just diving into the base with Joy in scrims, and I was telling him, man, what the fuck? and then he was carrying with Joy, and we were like in game, and I was telling him, okay, now just don't dive to base, and we will win.
Yeah.
It's so toxic if you think about it for me, like looking back to it, and I don't know how he didn't react or something, but now she's the best jungler in Europe for sure.
Yeah.
For sure he's the best jungler in Europe. And I'm telling you, if this guy goes to Mongolia and tries to qualify for M6, he's going, man. Don't forget the name.
So he's a purebred Mongolian or something? Or,
he's pure Mongolian.
All right, but stays in Europe. So the second thing that I wanted to raise is it's identifying mistakes. I think I mentioned this in many of my interviews before, but being able to identify mistakes is it's not an easy thing to do. One thing, and because you can be wrong easily, right? So what I'm saying is, like, you just laid out so many moments where you were able to pinpoint something, and the fact that you said that if the link goes up top, the Lord will be bursted. Where did you learn that?
That the enemy can burst Lord when Ling uses like first skill to go to side lane?
Where'd you learn that?
That's just basic knowledge, man. That's just if you think about it.
It's basic for you. It's
I
not
mean,
basic
I don't know,
for others.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
And just understanding how
You've seen it where?
did I lose this game?
You've seen
I
it
don't
where?
remember. I don't remember. Maybe I was just thinking in that game. because I'm always trying to use my logic for the enemies as well. Because if I wouldn't do
Wow.
that and I would try to think what the enemy is trying to do, then it's bad. You should always think, what am I going to do if I'm in the enemy position? And then you actually understand what the enemy wants to do.
Yeah.
And if I see a link going to top with first skill, I just call bust a lot, bust a lot, bust a lot. And that's why I was also shot caller back in my old team.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I don't know, maybe I do 40% of the calls just because my role is XP.
Yeah.
If you don't call on XP, you're pretty fucked.
Yeah, you have a gift for being able to identify errors, and I hope
Maybe.
that you develop that, which is great because that means that learning is faster when you are there because you know how to identify errors. Maybe you just have to work on your quote unquote toxicity. Maybe that. Yeah, because
Man, I really, like right now, it's not a problem anymore, you know? But back in my old team, I was so toxic, bro. You know, after I won the last tournament, what I did, you know what I said?
What?
I own this region. In the all chat. And the
I
tournament
own this region.
I own this region, that's what I said.
Great. And
I was so toxic, man. That's
and
crazy.
by the way, because you mentioned the R word earlier on, and some people might be sensitive to that. He didn't. He only told a story. He doesn't mean it anymore.
Yeah.
You will
Like,
probably
it was
not
just
use-
back then, you know?
It was back then, and we. Come on, you're young.
I've matured.
You're
I've matured. I was 16 at that time, man. Come on.
Yeah. Give him a break. Yeah, but okay. So my question is, where did you learn all of this, like discipline? This competitiveness. Is it because you're watching maybe sports whatsoever? Maybe watching like esports documentaries? Was it your dad? Was it your mom? Was it your high school coach or something? Where did you get all this competitive drive and operating a team and leadership?
I feel like just seeing how other people do it. Back in Europe, right? As I've already said, I've been a member of many teams.
Okay.
And just seeing how they lead a squad and how they pushed me. Back then, I would also get trash talked if I did something wrong. They would tell me, why are you doing this? Why? Why do you just go in and die like this? Why do you do it? For what? And then you would think, for what did I actually do it? And when you get trashed for it and they actually stop playing with you because you're that bad, because it happened to me as well.
Yeah.
They stopped playing with me because I did too many mistakes. When you get to that point, you want to improve.
I see.
You don't just want to play anymore. You want to actually be better. And that's how I leaded my team as well. I told them, what are we doing here? What is this?
Okay.
For example, to the guy Zeno, I was telling him, what are you doing here? What is this? And it probably motivated him to think, right?
Yes.
And now he's just, like I already said, he's so good, right? And I feel like that's the same about me. People told me that. And it just made me think this way. And about discipline, you mentioned. The first time I heard the word discipline in MLBB was from the first time I worked with the coach, from Coach Powell from Team SMG, right?
Yeah.
The first time I heard of discipline was from him. And he said in game, you guys have to be more disciplined. That's your biggest problem, it's discipline. And then you would actually be a good team. And I was thinking, discipline. To everything, you can apply discipline to everything.
Yeah, for sure.
To everything you do in Mobile Legends, every play can be a disciplined play. Your movement in ML can be disciplined. The way you move in the map, the way you kite back, the way you... The small movements in a fight. When you see an ADC, for example, kiting back in a fight, you're just not disciplined. It's not disciplined because if you actually understand the moment, you would understand that you don't have to kite back. It's wasted movement. And these small movements, right? All the small thing I understood, discipline is everything.
Yeah.
And that's when, after that, I always try to imply discipline into my gameplay.
Yeah.
And I was a pretty undisciplined player. I feel like I still am kind of undisciplined in some moments.
Yeah.
And that might be why I play aggressive, right? Because I'm just not disciplined enough. But that also might be why I'm aggressive, right? Like it's two sides of a coin.
Two sides of a coin, yeah.
But I feel like I've just matured to a point where I actually understand what undisciplined is and what discipline is. But back then, I wasn't really as mature.
Yeah.
And I was really, really trying to understand that discipline, the word discipline. And I kept hearing it and I kept discipline. And in my brain, it was just discipline. Don't throw the game now. We got the Lord. When you get the Lord, push the side lanes. Don't care about mid. If there's a tower on bot, ignore the Lord. Lord goes bot alone. Like these moments, for example, after you get a kill, always try to look for an objective. Oh, this disciplined moments, right? I just kept thinking about it. And I really drilled it into my brain to fully understand what discipline is. After the first time I heard it, and I really just worked with the word, I really tried to understand the reason behind discipline. And then
Wow.
and then we were able to progress.
Wow.
I just had more and more progress. And we had so much progress that our region was just so easy. And we were watching teams in MPL play, and we would say, man, like for example in M4, man,
Yeah.
I would beat this Echo, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
they're
Yeah,
so
of course,
bad,
of
bro. You see
course.
what they did there, man?
Yeah.
You see how this guy is walking, man? For sure I wouldn't have done that. You see how he gets picked off there? For sure I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Right? And like after watching that, you just come to understand that you can actually do it.
Yeah.
And that was like, and the first time I understood that was when I immediately took initiative and did all this.
Yeah. You are an amazing breed, man. Oh,
Thank you.
it's so. Actually, just listening to you just gives me goosebumps, man. It's crazy that you are able to know that you already know what you're doing, and you're still determined to improve for
Right,
sure.
right. But like I said, it wasn't only with my, I didn't really understand, I didn't get the word discipline from myself. Like I said,
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
just because
yeah.
I worked with coaches.
Yeah.
And having the chance to work with these coaches, this is also what I want to give back to Europe,
Yeah, for sure.
to the region where I come from. And it's not only about that, I also want to give that to ECA, for example. To ECA, because I feel like I'm talking a lot about Europe, but I'm also have to talk about ECA, because I've been playing there for the last month.
Yeah.
And it's way more progress than Europe, actually. And there's a lot of players. We saw Umbrella Squad and Wildcat. I feel like they were pretty nervous. They didn't do what they could have done. I feel like they could have played better, a lot better.
Okay, yeah, and I'm sure that I mean I think you also touch upon this topic, but you said you didn't understand like the nerves of the players that will feel when they are on stage.
Right.
So did you ever feel like that in M5?
I feel like my first series against COB, I was pretty nervous. And now I don't think I was nervous in the games versus Onic, but I just wasn't as aggressive.
Onic, this
when is this getting released? After
hopefully,
M5 or before M5?
I want this to be released maybe 14th, December 14th. I want it because I believe in
14th
you.
December or January?
14th December.
14th.
December, yeah.
What day is it today?
Oh no, yeah, it's 13 today. 15. Oh no, 16. December 16. I want to release it December 16. Day 2 of
What day is
knockouts.
that? Day 2 of knockouts.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Okay, I'm not gonna say a lot about my match versus Onic yet, because it's M5 is not totally over, right?
Oh,
And
okay,
I-
okay.
they-
Yeah,
my
just
people
tell me
might
out
watch this.
offline. Just tell me it offline. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
but-
versus Onic, I just wasn't myself. I wasn't aggressive enough.
Yeah. Oh wait, was this the story that you were telling earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
okay.
the story. Like
Yeah.
you can already imagine some parts.
Yeah.
Of it,
So I guess what I'm getting at here is you're saying that you weren't. Was it you weren't playing the
I
best?
just wasn't informed. It was not. I was not informed.
I think that's that's a proper term. You're not in the best shape.
Yeah.
Was
I
it?
just-
Why do you think that way?
Man, if you look, for example, the games against COB, right?
Mm-hmm.
I play with a Diggy.
Yeah.
The moment I play with Diggy, I should understand.
Against the game.
No. I
I'm-
played with Diggy.
Oh,
I
yeah,
played
yeah,
with
yeah,
Diggy.
yeah,
I played
yeah.
with Diggy.
Yeah.
Right? And the moment
Yeah.
I play with Diggy, I have to understand with Diggy, how can Diggy engage? Can Diggy engage? No, Diggy cannot engage. Is he gonna just flick second skill and die
Yeah.
or what? And the moment I understood that, like, it was like after 10 minutes in game, I finally started engaging. And before that, I was just waiting and waiting
Yeah.
and waiting and waiting.
Okay.
And something that people can remember, if you just wait for the enemy to do something,
You cannot win.
it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. You should always
Yeah.
go first. If it's like just about tempo.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So,
And a big thing, how I also got good is talking about tempo, like about movement, where I saw that you lose tempo. You just lose time.
Yeah.
Waste the time. And I feel like after looking at Ling, like you asked me about the Ling, right? How
Yeah.
do I understand it? I probably understood it. I'm not sure anymore, right? If I saw it or if I actually understood it
Yeah.
myself. But I probably just understood it that it's a time waste. Because
Yep.
it's going to take way longer to go to the Lord.
Yep.
Just by pure logic, you're just wasting time.
Yep.
You're wasting tempo. You lose time.
Yep.
You can split push faster if you walk there, use your second skill to get them quicker. Maybe. Not spam it because you're going to be without energy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But use your second skill to get there and just fly back so you
Yeah.
can join the fight easier.
Yeah.
And it's tempo has been like a big thing for me also.
Wow, that's great, man. You are definitely a rare breed, man. Especially because I mean, like we're all very focused on Southeast Asia, and I think this is a wake up call to everyone that teams in the West. Europe is West, right? ECA is
Europe's
West.
Yeah, West.
Yeah. Teams in the West, and players in the West, they probably are behind because we're just having a lot more MPLs compared to
Yeah.
them. But the talent is there. Like
Yeah,
this guy,
sure.
this guy that you're looking at right now knows tempo. What the hell? And he says it's easy for him. That's crazy. It's easy for you. I understand that because I think that you, the way that the way that I'm judging you right now is I think that you learn so quickly. Would you say that?
I think I've just playing ML for so long that I quite like understand everything, you know.
No,
And
some
for
people.
sure, I wasn't the first guy in my region to think about tempo.
Yeah.
I've heard the word before, and I just
Yeah.
when I hear a word that is related to MLBB,
Yeah.
what I try to do is just expand on it.
Yep. And yeah,
That's
and I think that you're a genius. Can I say that? You're
I'm
such
not a genius yet.
Yeah,
I would
whatever.
be a genius
For
if I
me,
win
you're a
M5.
genius.
If I win M5, I'm a genius.
Yeah, that will be amazing. I think you have I think you guys have the talent for it. It's just that maybe some teams
I'm
are.
satisfied with top 3, man. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. As
Yeah.
soon as I get top 3, everything that comes after that, I'm
It's
satisfied with.
a bonus. No,
It's
I mean,
just a bonus, because I really respect teams like AP Brenner, Onyx, who
Yeah.
really worked hard for this whole year.
exactly.
And compared to me, I came here to boot camp
Yeah.
a week before M5. If I came here to boot camp a month, I would pretty sure I would win M5.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was getting at, right? The only advantage that they have is experience, but when it comes to skill, I think that you guys can do it. Let's just say you play the same heroes,
Yeah.
right? 5v5, same heroes. You probably can win, right?
Probably.
Right?
Probably.
So, but
I mean, I really like Sunset is such a great mid laner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Magister just doesn't miss retreats a lot of the time. He's
Mm-hmm.
so in the jungle, he's so disciplined if you just look at his movement.
yes.
First
yes.
game versus Onyx, he was so good.
Yes.
But then the whole team lost it, not only him.
Yeah.
And if you just look at Magister's performance throughout the whole tournament,
Mhm.
it's so stable.
Yeah.
Savo as well, he's very, very stable
That's
on Rome.
right.
He just knows what he's doing. He knows where to go. And if we lose, he knows why we lost.
Yeah.
And for Carvey, I already said, for me, he's a very talented goat laner. He's only 17, and
Yeah.
he's already made it this far in the World Championship. And I'm
That's
just
right.
amazed by it. I feel like stage sometimes kind of gets to him.
Yeah.
When he's on his comfort heroes like Beatrix, it never gets to him because he has like 1,000 games on Beatrix, 90% win rate. He was like the best Beatrix,
Mm-hmm.
Back
Yeah.
when it was broken. He was like
Yeah,
the best
yeah, yeah.
Beatrix. He would give him Bear. I
Sure
remember
is.
I was like thinking, I don't know what to draft. What am I going to draft now? And I was thinking, okay, just give Corby Beer. Just give him Beer.
No matter
He's
what
gonna carry me.
no matter what the matchup is, he's gonna win.
No
it.
matter what. Like, people would just ban his Beer. Even when
Yeah.
it wasn't good. People just banned it because he was so good on it.
Yeah.
Like, when he's on his comfort heroes, I feel like he doesn't really get nervous. But sometimes he just loses it,
Yeah.
And I feel like it's just because Goatland is a lane where you have a lot of pressure on you, especially
For
in the
sure.
late game.
For sure.
You have to do a lot, and if you're just not matured enough,
Yeah.
it's really hard for you. So I really, really respect Carvey for what he has done in this M5.
I agree.
Even if our run ends versus See You Soon, for example, which I hope not.
Mm-hmm.
I hope not.
Yeah.
We're gonna see. Future self, don't lose. If you
Whoever-
lost, I'm gonna hate you.
No,
I
think
I just I feel a lot like I have a lot of respect for Carvey.
yeah. So okay, I think that we are in the part where you moved to Daewoo for the MCC. So how did that happen again? You got invited.
Right. I was talking to Savo, and
Mhm.
I already knew him back then.
Yeah.
And I was like talking with him, and he would tell me, okay, I can take people from Europe. And he was playing back then in Europe. He knows there's good players back there.
Yeah.
And he would scrim versus me, so he knows I'm good.
Okay.
And he would say, okay, come as a substitute,
Mm-hmm.
but you're probably going to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay. But back then I was like, I wasn't sure about it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you had to show your face and stuff and everything. You had to play with a camera,
Yeah.
all this, and you had to make like picture where you would pose
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah,
would,
yeah.
like,
The
put it
esports
in.
pose. We call it the esports pose.
Yeah, the esports pose. And everything was new to me. And
Yeah.
I started playing scrims with them
Okay.
in Russia server, in the Moscow server. And I would play jungle
Mm-hmm.
because the jungler was still tilted from a tournament lose before.
What
He was like
the hell?
he was like resting, and I was playing jungle for them just to practice,
What the hell?
just for them to get accustomed with my calls, with how I play. And I was playing jungle, and I was like carrying some games on jungle on like
Yeah.
60 MS, right?
What heroes are you playing?
Joy, Bane,
No way!
Akai, Baksha, and Martis.
You really are a genius, man.
Man, Joy is my favorite hero.
Well,
One of my favorites. I
Yeah.
have like
Can be
200
played in the XP too. Yeah.
This
Not
meta is
now.
so hard, man.
Yeah.
Just gonna get somebody gonna pick some Benedetta versus you,
Yeah.
and you get one shot level 1.
Yeah.
Then you already lost.
Yeah.
I'm just
There's so
gonna-
many heroes that can one-shot Joy in XP. But anyways, so you were
I
playing
was,
jungler?
Yeah. I was playing for them for like 7 days. And Savo just understood that, okay, this guy calls. He has the potential to be a good XP.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to let him play instead of Killet.
Mhm.
Killet was the old XP laner. And I started playing with Devo. And we progressed as a team, you know, and we still had our...
This
and-
is online, by the way.
Yeah, this is
online.
all online,
Oh,
online. And the first week started, and we couldn't change the roster because we forgot. So the first game they lost versus VSG.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the team is called. And it was 1-0, and it was best of 2.
Yeah.
I don't know why it was best of 2, just the system was best of 2. And then in the second game I came, played Terizla, and we won.
Yeah. Wait,
And-
but you scrimmed with EXP now.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
scrimmed
Okay.
some games, like
Some
2
games.
like 2 days.
Okay.
Maybe it was like
2-2,
four,
yeah.
4 scrims.
All right.
And then I played with them, and we won the game. It was 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day we played, and I played good again, and it
Yeah.
was 1-1 again. The game was lost because of our ADC,
Mm-hmm.
and they already wanted to replace the ADC. The ADC was getting replaced anyway.
Yeah.
He was like a Clint player. His best hero was Clint,
Okay.
and Clint was like a meta pick back then in this region just because of him,
Mhm.
because he was in the best team,
Okay.
and his best hero was Clint.
Okay.
Right? And then I told them, guys, get Carvey. Carvey is a good player. He's good on gold lane. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
He's very good. And then he came to the league, and we played with Carvey, right?
Right.
And he was supposed to be in the old team, but I was telling him, man, if you come to Devo, we're gonna go to M5. We're gonna do great shit here. I'm telling you,
Damn.
this is your chance. Come with me. We'll
Damn.
make it great together, and maybe we're gonna get some chances afterwards.
Chills, bro. Chills.
So I kind of predicted all this.
Chills, bro. What the hell?
So I
That's
told him, come
crazy.
with us. Come with me. Trust me. And he trusted me.
Yeah.
And he played with us in the league. And week 2 got by. Week 3, week 4, week 5. And we kept playing and playing
Yeah.
and playing. And it's finally was week 6.
Yeah.
And last games, we already knew we're going to be in top 2, secured playoffs. Top
Yeah.
2. Top 1 was Umbrella Squad,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? In the
Yep.
regular season. And the only reason for that was because they were in boot camp and they were playing with 5 MS throughout whole regular season.
For sure.
And I was playing with 60 MS and Carvey was playing with like 30 MS. And
Yep.
if you compare 30 MS to 5 MS, it's a
That's-
big difference.
Yeah,
but
for
if you
sure.
compare 60 MS to 5 MS, it's a huge difference.
It's impossible. Yeah.
If you ever play a game, if you've ever played a 60 game,
Yeah.
60 MS game, you're just gonna understand it's so hard when you play
Yeah. Yeah.
any
yeah.
hero that has like some kind of
And-
mechanical shit.
Yeah. Benedetta. Impossible.
Unreal, impossible. It was impossible
Impossible.
to play.
Yeah. Even Edith, actually. Teresa
Edith
maybe.
was fine because I can still flick
Yeah,
first skill, and
probably.
after flick first skill, you can second skill, and in ult you just have to press auto text.
But it was a little bit nerfed, right? A little
Yeah,
bit,
yeah, it got nerfed.
Maybe,
It was
maybe,
better back then.
maybe now you cannot.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Ah.
I'm not excited to go back and play a 60 MS, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we were playing, right? And
Yeah.
we just progressed,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were in the playoffs, and
Yep.
we already understood our roster.
Mm-hmm.
This roster was made for M5. It was we made this roster
Yeah.
to
Love it.
for M5.
I love
I
it.
already told Sabo, if you get me, we're gonna do good in M5. I told him.
Love it.
I maybe still have chats. I was telling him like this roster for M5.
Yeah.
Make an M5 roster with me.
Yeah. So-
And I told him Carvey is the right ADC for M5
Mhm.
because there was a Russian ADC, some 15-year-old, 14-year-old guy,
Yeah.
pretty young as well. He's 15 years old. He's maybe 16 now. I don't know.
Okay.
He was good as well. His name is Hiko.
Okay.
But I was telling him, if you want to take an ADC that's good for M5, take Carvey, not him,
Mhm.
because Carvey has like, it's gonna be better. He's gonna progress more.
Yeah.
Because I already worked with him, right? I was with him for 1.5 years. I saw how he's around coaches and stuff. He's really disciplined. He really tries
Yeah.
his best. Anyway, so we went to the playoffs, and we already worked a bit with Coach Fly Solo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we worked with another. It was like fucked up. Sorry, I'm not gonna tell. I can tell you in private about that.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, for sure.
You might find it interesting.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I don't want to leak that.
All right. But Fly Solo is online. What was it at the start when you were during your MCC run?
No. He wasn't active. He
He
already
wasn't
stopped
active.
coaching.
Because it was in man, Fly Solo had to that accident. Do you know the story?
I know.
Crazy.
I don't know the full story, but I know he got into an
Yeah.
accident.
So when did Fly Solo join again?
Right around the last week of MCC, he joined,
Okay.
and then we started working with him. And for the
M5.
it was pretty tough for him to adapt to the Russian meta because he just doesn't know a lot about it. Like the way drafting here in the Philippines, an M5 is way more comfortable for him than drafting back in Russia.
Ah,
It was
okay.
very hard actually for us to make a good draft in Russia just because the meta is so different, right?
Yep.
And she was really focused on the PH meta when we had like our own ideas, right? In every region you have your own ideas.
Right.
Anyway, so we went to the playoffs, right? There were a month after we kept practicing for the playoffs. And there we played first game versus Icon. We beat them
Okay.
2-0. They were a pretty good team. I feel like they could have made it to top 2. They could have gone to the wild card. But then in the like upper bracket, we lost to Umbrella 2-1.
Yeah. For their first meeting.
Yeah. And it was like fucked up. The first day on stage, the mics were like bad. You couldn't hear anything. If you wanted to understand somebody, you would have like
Yeah.
you would have to scream. The mics were so bad because we were
Yeah.
using Discord.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
we just lost that day, but we understood, okay, we can still win it. We just
Yeah.
have to relax, be composed, and then we played 3-0 versus Icon in best of 5. And then it came to our best of 5 versus Umbrella, and that was a fucking fuckfest, man. We were 3-0 ahead, and then
Yeah.
we picked like Florin. We could have won that game, even if when we picked Florin, we also could have won that game. And then I died
Okay.
like on top, giving Fanny a trade.
Yeah.
Then another shit happened on bot, and da. Suddenly it's 3-1. Then we play next game. They just won first turtle with Terizla. Terizla just started rotating everywhere on the map. And suddenly it was 3-2.
Yeah.
And then they picked Terizla again. And Lance. And Lance was pretty good at that time.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's 3-3.
Do
And we're
you
like,
have
what
a
the
Martis?
fuck?
Did you play Martis then?
No, we didn't play a lot of Martis back then.
Yeah. All right.
It was like, I don't know which one it was.
Fredrin Lancel, perhaps.
Yeah, Fredrin Lance matter.
Yeah,
Fredrin
yeah.
Lance matter. And suddenly it was 3-3. And then last game, I got a Terizla.
Yeah.
And
First
Terizla
pick.
was super broken back then,
Yes.
right? He was the best hero.
Yes.
It was the best XP by far.
And a valid first pick.
Yeah, valid first pick. And we got the Terizla first pick. And we played it, right? Early
Yeah.
game, we won it. It went to like 15 minutes, we won it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Sunset Flash Kaja ult. And this Lance got like the perfect timing and he immuned it with ult, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly full turn on us. Game is even.
Yeah.
We're playing 25 minutes game.
Yeah.
Dancing with the Lord.
Yeah.
Lapu died on bot because he tried to dive undisciplined. It was undisciplined.
Yeah.
And there was a moment as well before where Sunset was like, got like the ADC and Carvey used win in the perfect moment. And if that didn't happen, we would have lost the game, right?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
yeah.
here today if that happened. And then last thought, right?
Yeah.
I don't even remember exactly what happened. I just remember Sunset had Kaja ult on Valentina. He ulted Lance.
Okay.
Lance still had
Yeah.
immo, right?
Yeah.
He didn't item, so he still had immo.
Yeah.
Then he survives with 1 HP out of immortality. Dashes to. Do you guys use RBM, LBM, Blacklist? Do
Yeah.
you know about them? He
Yeah.
dashes to RBM.
No, right bush mid.
Yeah, right bush mid. He dashes to RBM. And then he like starts clearing the mid wave.
Yeah.
And tries to backdoor. And we're like taking the Lord at the same time. And I was telling Magisto, you can retro it, you can spite it.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And I just zone. And then Carvey, like, oh man, he's back there. He like recoils, and then we killed the Lance.
Yeah.
We got the Lord, and then we ended it.
Yeah.
And it was like a 29-minute game 4. Everybody screaming their lungs out. Man, it was the craziest final that the region ever had.
Yeah.
It was such a crazy final.
Crazy. I wish that, I think that when you look back at the all of the grand finals, Indonesia and the Philippines were kind of, let's just say it, they're kind of boring compared to Malaysia, compared to to Myanmar, compared to EECA or MCC. I mean,
ECA,
congrats,
FCA.
man. That's amazing.
I feel like the PH Grand Final this year wasn't as exciting.
Yeah, it was.
I think the Indo Grand Final was watchable. It was
yeah.
pretty nice when GeekFam won 2 games, but in
Yeah.
the end, I think everybody knew Onyx would win.
Yeah.
It was
that's
like pretty
right.
predictable.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, that's true. The Onyx were like big boss. You know,
Yeah.
they're the big boss. I wonder. You met Fly Solo was there during MCC during the playoffs.
Yeah, he coached with us. He was working with us. He coached us.
Can I ask where was this held again?
It was in Kazakhstan, in the capital city,
yeah.
Almaty.
Oh man, so you didn't have any visa problems?
Oh
or,
no, for
Fly-
Kazakhstan doesn't have any visa problems.
for Fly Solos as well, no problems.
No
flying.
problems at all. Kazakhstan is a very welcoming country
All
when
right,
it comes to that.
yeah, that's great. Wow, and then I wonder, like, Fly Solo obviously coached you guys. Where did you get that RBM LBM thing that you mentioned?
The RBM LBM thing that I got from my old coaches in Russia. We use a system, and it's like you have the top side of the map.
Yeah, you don't
and
have
it's
to
A,
really.
and the bot side is B.
You don't really have to be in details with this, but if
It's
you want,
fine.
I mean,
No. It's just a bush map.
Okay.
Just a bush map. It's fine. And it starts with A1,
Yeah.
and then you have the bush at the blue, right?
Yeah.
It's in the other map. It's called B2,
Yeah.
and no B3. It's called in the other map. That's B2,
Yeah.
and then B2 in your map is B3.
Okay.
Leftist bush is B4.
Okay.
Try
got
bush
it.
is B5.
Okay.
A5 on the top side, right?
So what is RBM?
RBM is right bush mid.
No, I mean just RBM. No number.
RBM is B9.
B9. All right. You know, when I coach the team, because I'm a fan of Valorant and Counter Strike, the bush names that we did were numbers because I thought that kids like 16-year-olds, they probably will not memorize numbers. Yeah.
I mean, numbers are it's a pretty easy system. I think
it's
it's
easy.
just it's just bushes. If you sit down and just use
Yeah.
the map, if you use the map in scrims, you're gonna
You gotta get used to it. Yeah, that's what. But yeah, I use for example.
For example, I had the map open in scrims just to learn.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like studying it while playing. You
Yeah.
have to do the work to really understand the map. I did the same one with the RBM and the LBM map with the blacklist bush, try bush, dot bush, long bush, all these bushes.
Yeah,
Right.
it
I did the
depends
same
on-
with this map too. Just
Yeah.
study it while you're playing.
Yeah, it's
A
it
good way
depends
to
on
practice this
whatever
is an
works
RG,
with you.
you know, RG is a very good way to practice
For
these bush
sure,
names.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. That's what we normally do, and then usually each team will have their own bush names. Each team.
Really?
Yeah, in the Philippines they have it's different.
I know I have the same bush names as Echo.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because my coach
Because-
Pao was like with Echo, you know.
Yeah. Inside info. But yeah, they're just bush names. Come on, there's nothing. They're just bush names. What the
Yeah,
hell?
maybe it pushed me, you know, because it was
Yeah.
Echo.
Yeah. True. Okay. So you mentioned all about all this the stuff, and it's amazing that we learned all of this, and then you became the champions. Now you're getting into the Philippines. I wonder you did not boot camp here, right?
We did
Oh, you did a little bit. 1 month or
1 week.
1 week?
If it was
Yeah.
a month, I'm winning M5.
Very nice, man.
If I can boot camp for M6 for a month in the Philippines and I don't win M5, I at
M6?
least top 2.
Okay.
At least top 2 if I boot camp here for a month. I'm telling you.
Hey, to all the sponsors out there, find out where he's playing for M6. I mean, for the M6 qualifier, sponsor that. They're gonna give you at least top 2 in M6, guaranteed. And I'm not joking here, dude. This guy, just hearing him talk to all the sponsors out there, this guy knows MLBB and competitive. This guy knows esports. He's a genius. Anyway, now you're in the Philippines. Did you ever feel like, were you happy that the RG scene was, okay.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about the RG? Do you think that
So first
this
time-
is this your region as well?
No. Right. So what happened was we were like after scrims, right?
All right.
Sunset went to sleep in the boot camp and he was like, nah, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. And we just invited some random mates from all shit. Because in Philippines, he's going to do good anyway. Some random mate is going to play fine. And Philippines, everybody knows the basics, right? In PH server. That's actually crazy. Everybody knows the basics.
Yeah.
If you invite somebody for 5K, they would know what to do. And the first, I just met Sanji from Echo, you know?
Okay.
And we were playing rank. And we met him with some guy named Ken.
Okay.
Maybe this guy Ken
Yeah.
from the old shit. I don't even remember if it's his actual name or some
Yeah.
shit. His name was Ken. He had like 5,500 Kadita matches, some shit like that. Maybe he's gonna be watching. Yeah, maybe he's gonna be watching this podcast. And you're gonna shout out to Ken, bro. You won versus Sanji, and then we played versus Sanji. First game we lost, second game we won, or first game we won, second game we lost. I don't know.
But it's a 1-1. It's a 1-1.
Yeah, it was 1-1. Some RG boy lineup, you know, with some RG players, and it was Sanji in it. And the first time I met him, I was like, damn, I want to keep playing rank.
Yeah.
And then I woke up Sunset. I went like, man, bro, we played 2 games with Sanji, bro. You want to come rank with us? And he said, okay. He was like, let's see. Oh, okay. And after that, we meet RSG. Like 3 people from, RSG, Eman, I think it was Demon Kai too. Maybe it was like Substitute Mage, Exort, or the other guy, Soul, I think. Some of them. We just met like some RSG lineup.
Yeah.
Probably with one random experience. I don't know if it was nuts. And we beat them too. And RG was so fun here.
Yeah.
Because they actually get to play with all these good players, all these pro players, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like entertaining games where you can go to RG and you can genuinely practice. You
Yeah.
don't just go to RG when you're trying to practice a hero and you play versus some kind of monkeys that don't understand the game.
Yeah.
You're actually playing versus people that understand how to play the game.
Yeah.
And if you do some shit, they punish you for it.
Yeah.
And that's a really good way for me to practice like some heroes.
Yeah.
I can't tell you that off camera. I can tell you which hero
Yeah, for sure.
because I
Hey.
might be picking that.
Yeah. Don't tell me.
I might have picked it already.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm very happy that you meant you're saying all of this stuff, and and with the Philippines, I'm glad that you enjoy. Maybe
For sure.
you can spend some of your vacation when you just going in the Philippines just to play it. Now getting into the actual fights. It's the group stages, and then I believe that you were put in Group D. Was a fun
Group death.
Group death, yeah, fun.
D for death.
Yeah. I was talking with Trex earlier, and he said that, and I kind of agree with him. It's like the level of play for the 4 teams in Group of Death is almost equal. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not about that. It's like
Yeah. for
both
sure.
teams can win against each other. Something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
That's why it's a Group of Death.
Right.
Now you play against TOB. You won. It was 2-1. It's exciting. And then you face Geek Fam. This was the most exciting moment of M5. What's up with that? What's up with that? What happened? Tell me the story.
The whole story.
Up to you, man. Up to you.
I woke up. I ate good breakfast. Driving to the venue, thinking today I want to win.
Yeah.
Listening to some Attack on Titan theme songs, right?
Okay.
Just listening to them, and I'm driving to the venue. We get there.
Yeah.
And I sit down in the chair, in the backstage. You've probably seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking, today we're going to win. Today we're going to win. If we win today, we instantly in playoffs. Today we got to win.
Yeah.
And I'm just going into the game. And first game started. We had a good draft.
Yeah.
We started into the game. And what happened in the first game? Let me remember. What did I play again?
I was doing a podcast while this was happening. Think you went probably.
I was
Uranus.
Uranus.
Uranus. Yeah.
We got Nolan and Uranus.
Yeah.
And we played it.
Yeah.
Right? We won the early game. It was so good. And then one moment, suddenly we threw it. It was Guinevere versus Brody. Our Brody just had all the time he was without Flicker. His Flicker
Yeah.
got baited and shit. And we lost the game because Brody versus Guinevere is just so hard to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Curry
The late
played
game,
very well.
especially
Yeah,
late
yeah,
game.
yeah. Curry played very well.
Yep.
Very well. But there was one moment
That he didn't
that
have
they
flicker.
just kept building up on it. They just kept building up and building up and building up. And after the second game, I told him, Carvey, listen, you lost your flick a lot in the game and they could just punish for it, right? When you use your flick, I want you to call in game, reset. Just find a moment where you can get your flick
Yeah.
and we can set up properly so we're back to zero.
Nice.
Because the way I explained him to it before the game was, Carvey, if we keep doing how we're doing right now, your first flick gonna be your second flick, your second mistake, your third mistake, your fourth mistake, and it's just gonna keep going up.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
I told him, Carvey, just find the moment where you can fully reset
Yeah.
and tell me when you're doing that so that I can play the game. And in the second game, it was like that. He told me,
Yeah.
I'm ready. We can go.
Yeah.
And I just
It was a
understood from
comeback,
the game.
right?
It wasn't comms. I just understood from
No,
the
I
way
mean it was a comeback game.
yeah, it was a comeback game.
Yeah.
And I just understood from how the way we played, and
Yeah.
there were just some moments where I had to go,
Yeah.
right? And I saw Carvey was ready, like in the back, he didn't call it, but I saw that he was ready.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, okay, this is the moment. I was thinking to myself, okay, this is the moment. I just have to go.
Yeah.
And a lot of the moments I just went for the flickers that I saw, where my teammates were close or where Phobius was close, because he can just instantly follow up
Yeah.
with his ult. That was like the idea of our composition as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I was remembering, right? We were a comeback in the second game, and I
Yeah.
was already like hype as fuck as in the first game. The reason why Luke was saying like, "Woi, Savo, woi,
Yeah.
like this woi," and
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah. We were pretty tilted after the first one. We really wanted to beat them.
Yeah.
We had to beat them up,
Yeah.
We really wanted to beat them, and and after the second game, like the last engage,
Yeah.
I was like following 1-1.
Yeah.
And he just stacked on me, and I like had the winter ready, and then I like sold it for immortality, and I was like in the voice chat, I sold my ammo, I survived,
Yeah.
and I was like in the voice chat, I survived, I sold it, and then fuck you, XP Dave, what are you doing? I was like so hyped.
Yeah. And then
And
we were
then
doing that.
Yeah, and then after the game was over, I was like,
Yeah.
who's talking, huh?
Who's talking
Who's
now?
talking? Who's talking?
Hey.
Who's talking? Who? And I was like, who's talking? Who's talking? Who's talking?
Yeah.
Like this,
Yeah.
And then I was like, who's talking, bro? Who are you? XP Diff, bro? What are you doing? Or who? You know? And I was like so hype after winning that game.
Can I ask who started the thing? Because
It started with Savo doing a well played, and we didn't
that's
know.
right.
We didn't know that it wasn't allowed in the tournament, right? Because Savo was actually. It's not that we wanna we don't want to tilt the enemy.
Yeah.
We want to tilt the enemy with recoils.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
But we don't want to do it in a bad way. We just do it to win the game, right? Like Zorn TPs, right?
Yeah.
Same way we do it.
Yeah.
Same idea, same ideology.
Yeah.
And Savo did well played. And in our league, it's allowed. But in NBA Indonesia, it's not allowed.
Yeah,
and that's why they were shouting. And I thought they were shouting just for no reason.
Exactly.
And then
that's
I was
the
like
reason.
tilted.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, "Hi, who are you? Huh? What's going on? You just lost, bro. We come back, you, bro. What are you doing, huh?" And then game 3 starts. And game 3 was just, man, there were some moments where he could have won it, you know?
Yeah.
Some undisciplined moments. For example, when Carvey died and we could have done the lot.
Yeah.
Or some moments where I failed. Like I could have carried that game on Dairoth, you know? Looking back to it, there were some moments on Dairoth where I can just carry it.
Yeah.
And that's always the idea that I've had for this M5. That I just have to find moments where I carry the game.
Yeah.
Because I'm an Expedient now, you know? Expedient is actually such an underrated role.
It is.
It's probably the most important role in the game right now. I could argue for it with jungle.
Yeah. And especially with the hero pool right now, we have like Teresa, the game winning. I think
for sure.
Lapu, like who would have thought that M5 there would be a lot of Lapu players, you know?
Yeah.
But okay, so going back to that series against Geek Fam, and it all started by that well played, and I was able to talk to the boys, and they mentioned that was actually the trigger point, that well played that that you guys kept on doing. That was the trigger point. And I remember like when I saw this in camera. Yeah, we
just
didn't know
it.
It's crazy because they didn't know what the hell. And now there was one time when the Digi was banned and somebody stood up from you guys.
Yeah, it was Savo, like they banned Digi and we were like, nice one guys.
Who the hell trash talks or who the hell taunts during the draft?
No, I mean they banned the Digi.
Yeah, that was funny.
They banned Digi. They were scared of it and we were nice one. Rocky being scared of Digi, man. If you give it to me, I would have beamed you. You know it already.
That was okay. So here's the thing, right? I was doing a podcast while that game was happening,
right?
And I just have it on my and then I was watching the draft for some reason, and that was the memory that was imprinted in me when the Diggy was picked. Somebody stood a band. That was
I know.
That was funny. Anyways,
and then the last game was just after they won, they went like berserk, you know, with the
yeah.
But it was fine for us, right? We lost the game. I mean, they won it. They can be happy for it, right? And I promised to myself the next time I meet Geek Fam, I'm gonna beat them.
Yeah.
Because I really want to get my revenge for this. Because game 2, game 3, I'm sure we could have won it.
Yeah. It was it was a comeback for Geek Fam, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, it was like
close. It was a tug of war.
If you go back to the game and you actually watch it, I could tell you right now exactly what went wrong, right? But it would just take like 10 minutes. It's like, I mean,
it will take 1 hour for sure. Yep, we're talking about that after M5. I'll be happy to talk with you even through Discord. I hope you're still down. Okay, so now that happened. I believe. So how did you guys like? How do you say this? Did you guys? I saw a video where you were fist bumping and everything after that. So
right.
you were friends afterwards.
It was their idea actually. It was Geek Fam's idea. Like we were pretty tilted about the lose. You know, we just lost 2-1. Could have won them. It was like some moments where we could have come, but they came to us and we were like, sure, let's do it. Because there was no fist bump after. I mean, we were surprised that there was no fist bump, right? Sabo was surprised. I just forgot about it. I was just in my own world thinking about how we lost it, what was going on, you know?
Yeah.
And then for the series versus Homeboys, we already knew it was all or nothing.
Yeah.
Either we went to 0 or we're out.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have the info about the tiebreak yet.
Yeah.
We had the info about Nile being banned for 2 matches because of the 2 middle fingers, right? we knew that.
Yeah.
But we didn't actually know. We didn't actually know about that there would be tiebreakers, right? When we were playing versus Homeboys.
Yeah.
And we knew that if we don't win 2-0, we're out. That's what we knew. That's what we had to do. We had to win them 2-0.
Yeah.
First game versus Homeboys. Do I even go through that?
Yeah.
Do I even go through that? What happened there was just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, Sunset on Faram is just doing shit ton of damage. Carvey playing versus 4 tanks on Bruno. unplayable game for Bruno. How can he even kill 4v? He was
That
just
was the first pick
auto-attacking.
Bruno, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just auto-attacking Terizla for 5 seconds and he just didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
And then he was a little bit out.
Yeah.
Just Sunset did all the damage that game, which is normal. You know, how can the ADC play?
Yeah.
There's 4 fighters. They just went on him the whole time.
Yeah.
And that game, Savo did so many ults for like 4 people. I stole the Lord.
Yeah.
It was
The
such
lap
a
will
crazy
up.
game.
Because I think if I'm not mistaken, was he stunned? He's stunned by the
yeah, he
the
was
Lord.
stunned by the Lord, and I saw that he got stunned.
Yeah.
And I instantly jumped in after
Yeah.
he was stunned, just trying to burst it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't it wasn't a lucky steal. It was actually
Yeah,
intentional.
it's
But
there's
it was
physics
his
for
bad for getting stunned, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
actually.
you should see what he did on the second lot. On the second lot, he was like standing AFK,
Yeah.
trying to retreat,
Yeah,
trying
exactly.
really not to fail
Exactly.
it. You know?
It affected him. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I saw that in game and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Now you were you guys hoping that TOB will win against Homeboys?
Right. So we at that moment we knew there would be a tiebreak.
Yeah.
We knew it because the info
Yeah.
was later for the public
Yeah.
than for us because we're the players, right?
Yeah.
And Nile wouldn't be playing. So we were super confident, right?
Okay.
Against GeekFam without a jungler, we almost beat them with a jungler. Without a jungler, we were so confident
Yeah, and
that
there
we could
wasn't
beat them. But
Yeah.
of course, after TOB won, it was like,
Yeah.
we're in playoffs.
Yeah.
We did
exactly.
it.
Yeah.
We're in top 8.
Yeah.
We did it. It was like a sigh of relief, you know,
Yeah.
like we just, okay, we're in playoffs.
Yeah. And then you perform
Without the risk, because it's a best of 1, right? You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Like
And you know what happened? They faked the screenshot
okay.
with their lineup. They had like a boy in jungle, you know? Everybody was thinking it would be a boy.
Yeah.
Like the whole social media, a boy jungle,
Yeah.
a boy jungle, trying to trick you, you know?
Yeah.
But we kind of knew
Yeah.
we had 2 drafts.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
we were ready for Marky.
I saw
jungle.
I saw that Fly Solo also posted something about that. He said something along the lines of it's like he was saying that he stayed up all night and wasn't able to sleep just to prepare for drafts against Geek Fam, but in a in a good way. You know
Mhm.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right? I cannot translate it in English because it wouldn't sound nice. But basically, it was like whatever time that he spent all throughout the night was wasted because he didn't get to play anyways. Something like that. Yeah, but it's imagine it as a funny statement, not my translation. Anyways, dude, I'm very happy knowing about this, and I'm happy that you performed so well against Fireflux.
Yeah.
I actually predicted you guys will win, and I think that you are, after watching that, you are a top 4 team in my head. Or you're a top 4 team. Then it's just that you were facing up against the big boss. Yeah, that's Onyx.
About Onyx, I can to sum it up in one word. It's like, okay, 2 words. Not aggressive.
Okay,
Not confident enough.
not confident. It's not you.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
I wasn't in shape that day.
All right.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm so,
You know-
man. Even the drafts, like game 2 and
Yeah.
game 3, you know, it's like,
You know what it is. Yeah.
Could have won them.
Could have won.
Could have made an interesting series, you know.
Yeah. Hey, here's what we are gonna do. After M5, let's talk about all of the important stuff. Like, let's talk about knockouts after M5, so that you're
Yeah.
more comfortable telling your stories.
Yeah.
And if you're not here in the Philippines anymore because we're all busy, whatever. Let's talk it through Discord. You're fine with that?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So right now, I just wanted to ask you, like, I want to use this as your channel, as this channel for you to invite maybe Moonton, maybe sponsors, maybe the fans to invest in your region and basically promote whatever you're doing
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like just generally Europe has not gotten a lot of attention, and being able to come on this podcast and just talk about how it has been over there, that there are people trying back in the days that went for border, that really tried, really liked MLBB, really enjoyed playing it, but just nothing came. And maybe it was from the community as well. Maybe it was from Moonton just not trying to invest. I'm not trying to point fingers, right?
Yeah.
And the craziest thing about Europe was that back then when I was in Europe, there was a tournament maybe every 3 months for like 500, 600 euros. It's probably about $620, $520. The last one was for like $1K. And I would just try out my ass off for them tournaments,
Yeah.
bro. I would just scrim the whole time, make drafts for them, practice. the whole time just for the tournaments, you know.
Yep.
And the first time I won my tournament with my team, it was actually a tournament by CIS organizers, by ECA organizers.
Mm-hmm.
And we played versus an ECA team.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody thought that team was going to win. But we managed to win versus them 3-0. And after that, just the Rogue legacy started, right? Like the name Rogue was like getting popular.
Mm-hmm.
Even in NA, some people told me, people know about Rogue over there. And we're like, what? People know about Rogue over there?
Mm-hmm.
And Rogue is like a copyrighted name, right? There's a team in League of Legends. So I knew if I would go to M series with the name Rogue, I would get nowhere, right? But for Europe, it's a nice name, Rogue.
Yeah.
And just every tournament afterwards, we just won.
Yeah.
And there was like, after that, there was a Shifu tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And we won that one, 3-0 again. Then there was another tournament, 3-1 we played.
Mm-hmm.
I know, first it was LPS. It was like a tournament called LPS.
Mm-hmm.
We won that, 3-0. And then it was Shifu. We won that 3-1. And then the latest tournament that I played, that we were actually with Coach Paulo Expert, that helped us.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like, he just helped.
Yeah.
He was like there and he told us a little bit about everything. He like watched over gameplay, said, yeah, this is your mistake, this is your mistake. He wasn't really actively coaching us. He was coaching us, but not like as a main coach would do to his main team, right?
Yeah.
Just like side work.
Mm-hmm.
And we won that tournament. Not disregarding his work, but he might be watching this. Not to disregard as well. He was a great coach, you know?
Yeah.
Really, it was nice working with him, but just, you know,
you learn.
I already explained.
Yeah.
And we won that one 3-0 as well. And after that, I just understood, damn, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I won a tournament again, and now I'm going to wait again for 3 months for one tournament to like get a delivery, to just order something.
Yeah.
Because
that's
divided
happened.
by 5, right?
Yeah.
Like a €500 tournament. Divided by 5, everybody has 100 $100.
Yeah.
And no, not even, because it's for the whole tournament, right? 500. I get maybe 250.
Yeah.
Right? Divide that by $550. I ordered some delivery one time. I only have 30 left.
Yeah.
What do I do with €30 in Germany? It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. And I just kept playing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like to myself, damn, I really have wasted 6 years of my life for that shit. And I remember watching MSC finals that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching MSC finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus Onyx. And after Onyx was blacklist. And after it was over, they teased for M5.
Yeah.
And what did they announce? ECA gets 2 slots. And Europe gets no slot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, damn, they get 2 slots and I get nothing.
Yeah.
I waste my time playing this game. I keep playing and playing and playing and I get nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just wasting my time. And I was like, wasted. It was like, I just didn't understand it, you know? It was crazy.
Right.
And then Wildcard got announced. 2 slots left. 2 unknown slots. The only thing that kept me playing were these unknown slots.
Yeah.
I remember sitting up at one day, looking at like a map of the world, trying to figure out to which regions they haven't expanded yet, Moon Tour.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remember it was South Africa, the southern part of Africa. It was not North Africa, not East Africa. It was not Southern Africa and East Africa, right? Then it was Greenland, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just naming the parts where Mountain hasn't expanded.
Yeah.
My part and China.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're not going to expand to Africa. No way.
Yeah.
They're not going to expand to Greenland.
Mm-hmm.
They might expand to China.
Yeah.
They might, which I was right to.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one more slot.
Yeah.
And I was just hoping for it the whole time. Just hoping and hoping and hoping. And it's the only thing that kept me going.
Yeah.
Right? And I was
something
telling
that's
people,
very
man,
unsure.
and I was telling people, man, if that slot gets announced, I'm either going to cry from happiness or I'm going to cry from sadness. One of the two things is going to happen. I'm going to either be wasted or I'm going to be so happy that I can finally go international.
Yeah.
One of the two things is going to happen. And after that, I was just waiting and waiting and waiting. 1 month passed, no announcement of the wildcard. 2 months, no announcement of the wildcard. Second month was my last tournament in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, I just understood nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And the manager, right? The girl named Bini Bini, she just said, I can get you to, you can go with that team.
Yeah.
The team she was a manager of as well, that she helped. And she told me, yeah, you can just go as a jungler. And I was like, I don't want to go as a jungler. I want to go as an XP laner.
Yeah.
I'm the best XP.
Yeah.
In my opinion. I mean, right? I'm just thinking back then.
Yeah.
I'm the best XP in Europe.
Yeah.
I wanna show what I've got on XP. I'm an XP laner. I don't wanna play jungle.
Yeah.
I don't wanna play anything else. I wanna go international and I wanna play XP.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, damn, if I don't do it myself, nothing's gonna happen. And because I couldn't go with the team called Sviach, because I would play jungle, I decided to go with Devo.
Yeah.
And I was waiting and waiting like for the wildcard, right? And just the realization that nothing's happening. And this offer woke me up. It just woke me up and it motivated me to do this. But I was like always holding back. I was always pulling back. Because I had the chance to... A lot of teams from MENA actually play with European teams, right? I can say that confidently. Europe is way better than MENA. Way better.
Sheesh. Okay.
Way better.
Okay.
European teams are way better than MENA teams.
Okay.
For sure. Way better. Like, way better. I've got the comparison, you know? I know I've played MENA teams.
Okay.
They're way better.
Okay.
European teams. So I've had the comparison, right? And I'm just thinking, damn, these people get a chance and I don't, because I'm playing these teams, I'm 4-0ing them. In scrims, I'm playing them and I'm thinking, damn, I don't get the chance, my team doesn't get the chance. And they get the chance to do international, and every time they fail. Every time MENA goes international, they don't do something great. And I want to go, I want to do something great. I finally want to do something. And I remember just like sitting in my bed thinking about it every night. Man, I want to do something, I'm going to make something. I want to do something. But I just can't. I can't. I was like preparing for tournaments and I was thinking, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I want to go, I cannot, I want to do it. I cannot. And I was always like also pulling back because I didn't want to do it alone. I wanted to do it with my team back in Europe, right? I was always pulling back. I was like saying, no, I'm going to do it with you guys.
Yeah.
If I do it, I'm going to do it with you guys. I only want to do it with you guys. Only if I go with this team, I have chances. I only want to do it with you guys. I don't want to do it with anybody else. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to go, I'm going to stream. And with my stream, I'm going to make it happen. I want to stream and I want to become popular and I want to make Moontoon recognize me. And I was just thinking, how do I do it? How do I do it? I was streaming. And then I just tried to make content while streaming.
Yeah.
I was like, in the stream, I was like saying, yeah, I want to bring M5. And just making a joke out of it, you know, just screaming into my mic saying, yeah, I'll bring M5. I actually got a YouTube video of it. And I was like saying, one day you're going to see me playing on stage with my team.
I love it.
Boro, Sombra. I didn't know I was going to Devo then, right?
Yeah.
I always wanted to do it with my team. I always wanted to do it with Rogue.
Yeah.
Because I built up Rogue 1.5 years of work. And I'm pretty young. I was like 16. And I made a team at 16 just to the leader. My members were older than me. Two guys were older than me.
Yeah.
And I was just saying, no, I want to do it with this team. I want to do it with them. And I just could not. I could not. And just the realization that finally that I just cannot do it with them, it hit hard, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Just understanding
sure.
that I cannot stay with this team and do something for myself and for them. It just won't happen. And finally, I just got the chance to do it, you know? And now I'm here and I can talk on your podcast about all this shit. And it's so crazy to me, right?
Yeah.
It's so crazy to me because I always wanted to do it. It's like my dream to play on stage and stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I made to play ML. I want to play ML in my future too. I want to keep doing this. And finally, after so much time and just, I always pulled back. I cannot say it enough times. I always try to think of my team as well. Just trying to get them something. And I told them when I go to M5, I'm going to be talking about Europe only for you guys.
Yeah.
Only for them I'm going to be doing, not for anybody else in the region. I'm not doing it for anybody else. I'm only doing it for these 4 people. Maybe 3 now because I'm not so close to one guy anymore.
Yeah.
Mostly for Boro, Enzo, and Zeno. Mostly for them.
Yeah.
For these 3 guys, I'm doing it so much. I just want them to get the chance. You know? And it's so crazy to me that now I can finally do it. And just for them, you know, like I told them from the start, if I go to M5, I want to bring something to Europe and I only want to do it for you. For nobody else. Nobody else. Only for these 3 people that were with me in the team for 1.5 years.
Thank you for saying that, dude. Thank you for sharing your story.
Man. I mean,
I'm so inspired. This is so heartfelt, you know?
Yeah, I just want to, it's just for them, you know? It's actually, like, a lot of what I'm doing is not only for me and for my like family back at home,
Yeah.
but also for these 3 guys, just because I owe a lot to them as well.
Yeah.
4 guys, if you include Sombra, but I'm not
Yeah.
so close to him anymore, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of fought with him, but I would still be friends with him.
Yeah. I mean, you still mention him, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, I can't disregard him. I was in
Yeah.
the team with him for so long.
yeah.
And he just had different priorities, man.
Yeah.
He also realized that he can't just always play the game. And if there's nothing in Europe, he can't just always play it. And he was just a little bit more realistic than I was, I guess. He was just more realistic about it and understood that it's not the most important thing to be in the team and just
Yeah.
play
Just play
because
video games.
nothing's happening.
Well, in that case, let's not lose another Sombra, right? Let's not
not
lose another player.
Man, Sombra was so good.
Yeah.
Sombra was so fucking good. He could play
Yep.
all roles. I'm telling you right now, man. I don't know. You cannot believe me. You can believe me.
Mm-hmm.
He was able to play every single role
Yeah.
confidently. Every single role. He was playing jungle.
Yeah.
And he was so fucking good on jungle, man. He was so
Yeah.
fucking good on jungle. So
Yeah.
fucking. He was an amazing jungler.
That's what I want to say. Like to a Moonton maybe, or sponsors, or to anyone. And if you're hearing this podcast and you know of someone, please tell this story. Tell what they had to go through. Tell what Kid Bomba had to go through, and the rest of the squad in Europe. There's a lot of talent in there. There's a lot of for sure. There's a untapped market in there. Please support them and allow them, and let's not lose more talented players. You know,
For
That's,
sure,
for
man.
sure. Yeah. Anything else you wanna promote?
Maybe my YouTube channel. You know, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna be streaming after M5.
Great. We
Kid
love it.
Bombastic.
Kid Bombastic.
Just
I
Kid
love it.
Bombastic. Like I said, there's like different variations. You know,
Yeah.
my
Bomba.
name right now is Kid Bombastic actually
Yeah.
in game.
Perfect. And everybody, my group, because I'm with the production and with
Mm-hmm.
some of the casters, we're changing our names to with something with Bomba. It's true. It's very true.
Wolf Bombastic.
I will. Yeah. Why not?
I think you can do Wolf Bomba La Bomba.
Wolf Bomba.
Actually.
Wolf Bomba. It's
Just Wolf Bomba.
Wolf Bomba La Bomba. I'll do it. All
Wolf
right.
Bomba La Bomba. I think it's when I did Kid Bomba La Bomba, it was 19 letters I think in game, and you could still do it.
Yeah.
Because I did it like all small
So I can
and
do
all
it-
split up.
So I can do it 9.
You can do 20.
20.
You can do 20. I
Because
think
it's
it fits
four.
exactly.
Exactly.
But I'm
20.
not sure.
We'll see. I'll try it. And to all of the fans out there, let's change our name to something Bomba or Bomba La Bomba because we love this guy. I believe you're a genius, man. And thank you so much for coming to this podcast. And we'll talk to
I
you
thank you for giving me the
afterwards.
chance to be on this podcast, man. I'm really thankful.
No, come on, man. No, you're great. You're great. You're a genius. I love you, man. All right. That's Kid Bomba. Support their team and support Europe, right? MLBB.
European, even ECA, MLBB, man.
Yeah.
Like
For
there's
sure,
a
for
growing
sure.
market there as well.
Yeah.
It's a super great region, you know. If I didn't play in that region, maybe I wouldn't have progressed as much as well.
Yeah.
There's great players over there too.
Yeah.
It's just that I come from Europe, right?
Mm.
Most of my friends are there, so I like talking about it more. But I really don't want to disregard any of the work that MCC has done for me because at the end of the day, they're the guys that have given me the opportunity, right? If I'm thankful for somebody, I should be thankful for them
Yeah.
for giving me this opportunity to be like in
course.
this environment, and because it's for sure a more esports environment than what I had in Europe.
Yeah.
Way greater esports environment, way better esports ecosystem. So if it wasn't for ECA, for
Yeah.
all the admins, for Savo, for Sunset, for Magister,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have the chance to do what I'm doing right now.
For sure.
So like big thank you to them as well, and even
Yep.
to the players in ECA, man, they're great.
Yeah.
I feel like the average player of ECA is for sure better than your European player, and like the average teams that were playing in MCC are like, I feel like only 2-3 teams from Europe could keep up with that.
Okay. But if we grow the community.
Yeah,
then
if
we
you
get-
grow the community and you actually get them to play for, I played for nothing, right?
Yeah.
I played for nothing. What I played for was nothing.
Yeah.
I just played to play
Yeah.
with my friends. I really played for nothing. But
Yep.
if the people play for something, maybe it's gonna motivate them, right?
Yeah. And I do hope that will happen. That's it for the podcast. Again, thank you so much. Ishlibidish. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah.
No? Yeah?
Ich liebe dich.
Ishlibidish.
That's it.
All right. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.